A citizen's soul is consumed by spontaneous combustion, setting an entire train car on fire. The car has become stranded on the railroad tracks near an abandoned station. Shinra Kyuzukabe, a teenager, chooses to try to end the suffering of this wretched soul. Before he can battle the fire monster known as an Infernal, the Special Fire Force appears. For Special First Force Company, 8 guys arrive at the station. Sister Iris prays for the flame-tormented soul and her comrades strike. The captain's core-annihilating pile bunker and fire-extinguishing shell are fired at the beast. The soldier's second-generation pyrokinetic deflects the Infernal's attacks. Captain Obi describes self-combustion. It scares everyone since it might harm everyone. Human combustion killed the first soulless prokinetics. Infernals are destroyed by removing their core. Firefighters seek to find the cause of this misery. The Matchbox Special Armored Fire Engine fireman left the plant manager's wife's fire. FDA, Blue Stripes. Entering the blazing facility, the manager requests to bury his wife. Maki and Obi attack as the lieutenant shoots. Maki puts out the fire and the captain axes the beast. Despite failing his family, Shinra is a hero. He kicks the Infernal after outmaneuvering it with third-generation power. EP2. This episode introduces the Rookie Fire Soldier games and Arthur Boyle. Arthur dislikes Shinra straight away. Arthur, the Night King, makes a plasma sword using his third-generation fire powers. Excalibur comes from the King Arthur legend. Arthur is a villain. Maki shows her powers. She's deadly. She defeats Shinra and Arthur alone. Maki creates living flames. I liked Lieutenant Hinawa better than in the first episode. Taking this responsibility lightly would fail everyone. Hinawa will make sense in this series. He keeps order. Emergency call. Captain Obi discourages weapon display. Arthur disobeys Shinra. Obi scolds. He cautions avoiding doing so around family. Team 8 discovers the Infernal at a table. Arthur dies quietly. EP3. Company 8 Captain Akitaru Obi had 2 Heroism Awards removed for violating orders to save lives. Shinra and Arthur see FDA mascots. One of 2 lovely Won 9s is a dog-faced human. Shinra recognizes his childhood savior. Joker welcomes Shinra. Shinra smacks Joker harder, impressing him. Tamaki, Arthur. Shinra warns Arthur. Arthur apprehends Joker. Joker destroys Tamaki and Arthur. Shinra, Arthur, and Tamaki flee. Shinra is warier of the fire force after this, but Obi confirms his fears. EP4. Shinra hasn't told Company 8 Jokers to think his brother Sho is alive. Maki sends Arthur and Shinra to rescue a dog from a tree. Firefighters live with fire force. Misidentified firefighters. Dog Mamoru. Teens pushed him into the tree. Mamoru termed Miyamoto's murders a hit for firemen and fire force. Arthur and Shinra battle Miyamoto immediately. He's self-aware. Morphing doesn't change devoted people. Shinra follows. Shinra beats Miyamoto. Hibana arrests Miyamoto. Shinra challenges her. She instructs her staff to hold him as he falls. Company 5 captures Miyamoto. Obi stops Shinra. Company 5 introduces Toru Kishiri, second-class fire soldier. Third General Captain Obi was a no-talent nobody. Maki sucker punches him in the stomach while Arthur and Shinra quarrel. Hinawa likes Toru's humor. Miyamoto won't get Company 5's conclusions. AP5. Iris recalls Hibana sitting beside the fountain. Obi announces a meeting to investigate the 5th Company. Hinawa says she's second-generation Hinawa. Manipulate bullets and made his shot non-lethal by weakening gunpowder, Maki explains. Hibana assesses Miyamoto. Iris goes. She meets her ex-friend at the 5th Company base. Hibana now believes there are only devils walking the earth, not gods. She wants Iris to attract the 8th Company. The 8th Company replaces it. Shinra, Maki, Arthur, and Lieutenant Hinawa save Iris. Arthur battles cone-headed Miyamoto. Maki and Hinawa battle Toru Kishiri. He bursts incendiary gas-filled bubbles. Maki stops the huge explosion. Hinawa wins with ballistic and ricochet control. Angels 3 attacks Arthur loses until he realizes he's been fighting left-handed. Moving right, he easily defeats Miyamoto. Maki and Hinawa easily defeat the Angels 3 as Shinra arrives at Hibana's citadel. EP6. Iris is reminded by Hibana of their time together at the orphanage, where they both served as sisters. Returning to the present, Shinra launches an attack on Hibana, but she employs her heat syncope power to manipulate his blood pressure, rendering him incapacitated. Despite Shinra's sheer determination, he remains dizzy and incapable of matching Hibana's formidable abilities. She conjures a flaming sakura, its falling petals scorching and engulfing him in a blazing inferno. Yet, Shinra persists and manages to evade her attacks, delivering a powerful kick to her head that renders her unconscious. As Hibana lies on the floor, her mind drifts back to her days at the orphanage and how she eventually collaborated with Hajime Industries to become a captain, enabling her to pursue her experiments. Upon regaining consciousness, Hibana finds Shinra asserting that he can be her hero, a statement that unexpectedly captivates her. Though she initially refuses, she declares that she will no longer oppose him. True to her word, she fulfills her promise to Iris by creating an assortment of vibrant irises, born from the flames. EP 7. Captain Leonard Burns meets his lieutenant priests, third-generation pyrokinetic Hua Yenli, Rekka Hashimiya, and Kareem Flam, in Special Fire Grand Cathedral 1. Training exercise for 5th and 8th companies. Obi is finally moving, Burns said. 8th failed. 5th and 8th barbecues. Hibana and Obi discuss 5th, paired with Hajime, the 5th can only assist. Hibana claims infernal creation. Probably Shinjuku, Company 1. They plan an undercover investigation. Rookie training reassignment permits crew members in their first year of service to be temporarily assigned to other companies to broaden their experience. Shinra and Arthur perish. Hibana will send her companies and others 8th men as 2 would seem unnatural. Arthur, Maki Oz, Takeru Noto, and Toru Kishiri join Company 1. Shinra spars with Captain Burns on a trip. Burns agrees. Takeru faces Rekka first. Third-generation Noto fears fire. Joining the fire force, put out his fires. He fireballs. Kareem Rekka dodges projectiles, and Flam extinguishes. Shinra and Arthur fight Captain Burns. Arthur's steel-cutting sword doesn't hurt Burns' arm. Arthur's sword dies. Shinra's strong assaults fail. Captain Burns finishes the fight by standing on Shinra's stomach unobserved. EP 8. In a phone booth, the evangelist talks to a Company 1 employee. Hibana analyzes Captain Obi's research. She thinks infernals are introduced into a human's core through bugs. Hibana and Takahisa suspect a special fire soldier. Shinra, Arthur, and others have breakfast. They fight infernals after alarms. Company 1 is large and structured, unlike Company 5. Keep Shinra and Arthur. Shinra witnesses an infernal. Lieutenant priests Flam Kareem and Hashimiya Rekka block him and Arthur. One is guilty. Arthur and Shinra explore Kareem's room. Bugs and vials are in his drawer. Kareem catches them but searches for the offender. Kids were hurt. Tamaki introduces Rekka Kids. Defeats Tamaki. He asks the kids for the pilot light. He transforms one child's mother infernal. Rekka's cruel. Tamaki awakens to Rekka making infernals. KO again. He then bugs a youngster, who lives. Pilot light matches alleviate Rekka. Rekka warns Shinra while Tamaki requests help. Before Rekka kills Tamaki, Shinra steps on his face. As Tamaki cries, Shinra checks on her. EP 9. Shinra confronts Lieutenant Rekka in Episode 9. Shinra beats Rekka. Moving beats Rekka. Shinra nearly exhausts him. Rekka sees an infernal insect reacting to Shinra's flame during the battle. The evangelist's third person must be Shinra. He feels Shinra has undefiled flame. The Adala burst. Rekka claims the evangelists intend to make Earth a second Sunday. Rekka will make the kids seem like they died in a fire and teach them the evangelists. Shinra thinks the evangelist took his brother. Rekka burns out. Rekka freezes. Chest shots kill Rekka instantly. 2 white-cloaked assassins silence Rekka. They then attack. Kareem takes Lee's arm. Kareem instructs Shinra to create a smokescreen to divert Tamaki. Assassins escape. Kareem suggests Company 8 expose the evangelists. Company 1 suspends Tamaki, who joins 8. Conspiracy grows. Evangelists are extremists. The evangelist kidnapped Shinra's brother. Episode 10, Tokyo Imperial Emperor Raffles 3. The evangelists' captains convene urgently. Captains seldom meet. Amaterasu Thermal Energy Plant. Powers Tokyo. Obi seldom sees 7th. Shinra calls Shinmon mightiest fire soldier. The Emperor instructs the captains to halt the traitorous evangelist. Shinmon mocks the Emperor's great soul protection. Proto-nationalist Shinmon Benimaru. Fire Force should have defined proto-nationalist and why it mattered. Disobeying, he quits. Shinra receives Joker. Captains find Shinra's Adala burst. Amaterasu's flames. Captain Obi and Company 8 fully safeguard Shinra. Joker's brother's revelation ends the episode. EP11. The episode begins with Takahisa Hinawa in the Tokyo Imperial Armed Forces. More icy. Toji appears. Guns aren't Hinawa baptized. Toji says. Toji goes berserk. Hinawa should kill him while he's conscious. No Hinawa. Hinawa gets Toji's baptism gun. Obi, a rookie fireman, awaits the Fire Force rescue of 2 Infernal. Killing Infernals gets Company 3 points. Obi's mad. Infernal family disregarded. Obi intercedes. Hinawa aids Obi, ending the Infernal. This Infernal scenario is more peaceful. Obi hires Hinawa to start a corporation. Shinmon Benimaru and Company 7 appear in the second half. Asakusa evokes Edo. Benimaru mistreats the town's faithful. Company 7 returns with 4 troops. Shinra faces Benimaru before an Infernal. Benimaru begins Festival. Second and third generation abilities. EP12. Shinmon and others rebuild their homes. Fire Company 8 helps the 7th gain trust. Shinra flies logs and Maki lifts hefty steel tubing on the 8th helping. Benimaru and Conro are revealed. He prefers 8th Fire Company. Benimaru never smiles. Seems guilty. Arm wounds plague Conro. Conro burnt himself with pyrotechnics. Conro's injuries compelled Benimaru to lead the 7th. Evangelist agents appear briefly. They must kill the investigators. On the 8th, they entrap Shinmon. Agents tell Shinra they want to meet Benimaru as Captain Obi. Benimaru wouldn't. He distrusts all companies, even the 8th. Prejudice renders him manipulable.